Who's coming with me?
Animals have urges they can't control.
I'm Joe Pesci.
Ooh, baby, won't you take it easy? What's up, Mike?
What's happening, man?
You know that song, right? Bam, 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 bam. I don't know the name of it. Sort of. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
Sort of?
nope.
Bam, 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 bam. You baby,
Dude, I'm lost in the woods without a map.
So am I. Just so people know real quick, just an update on stand-up shows. Something interesting in the works for this fall, a big tour for the fall. Something I haven't done. It's more of a theatrical speaking thing. It would nothing set in stone. I just know we are completely engulfed in putting this together. Last night the agent said, like, is this just weekends or are we doing full tour? I went, full tour, baby. Let's go full tour. So it's not stand up, but it's very funny, very entertaining, and kind of rock driven. I'll just kind of leave it like that. No music. I mean, music, but I'm not bringing a band, all that stuff, but it's kind of a cool show that we'll talk about. As you could try to guess it, or you can try to guess it. Patreon. I'm going to start putting some videos on Patreon. I'll leave little clips on here. And then if you want to go to Patreon, you can check that out. I've had some of the greatest podcasts, especially, in the last couple of weeks. So amazing and deep, awesome conversations on my Patreon page. It's just incredible people on there. I'm really, when I first started Patreon, I thought, because I allow the Patreon members to podcast and interview me. Everyone gets to interview me, spend an hour. If you want it, you get to spend an hour, sit down, talk with me, and we do a full-blown interview. Anywhere and anything you want to talk about, we go there. And, in the beginning when I did it, I honestly thought that it was going to be more, hey, what was it like being on this and what's it like working, which there's nothing wrong with that. I encourage any conversation. But it hasn't been that. It's been more of a deeper conversation. Some of them are very heavy spiritual conversations. Some of them are deeper meaning. Some of them are more emotional about relationships with their parents and their children. It's been pretty, I gotta say, I love the Breuniverse. But for those of you who don't know what Patreon is, you might want to check it out. It's kind of cool. And at the end of February, there's something kind of cool going on. I don't want to jump into that. That's for the Patreon members only. They know what's going on. And all that. I'm working out a lot of material at the end of February in Tampa and in Naples. I'm going to be on fire. I'm gathering all material now. And it's going to be a lot of, it's like I start right out of the gate. It's a Tuesday night. I do it. I do a Tuesday and Wednesday in Tampa, a little comedy club called Side Splitters. Then I go to Off the Hook on a Thursday night in Naples. Then I go to Wilkes Bar, a theater, play there, then come back and do Naples Saturday, Sunday. Those are going to be awesome shows, but go to jimbreuer.com for any tour dates or shows. And if you're going to see me at one of my favorite all-time places, the Paramount, Huntington, New York, we just added another show because the March show sold out really quick. So we just added another show. It's an awesome, incredible theater if you've never been there. If you're from out of state, a lot of people fly in to see those shows. Stay in Huntington or, somewhere in the surrounding area. And some nice areas to check out. Maybe you go to Montauk, maybe you go whatever. So those are quick comedy tour dates that are up there. There's a week that I'm going to be doing in not a week, 3 nights in Raleigh, North Carolina, Charlie Goodnight. So I'm going to be doing some material. And there's also 3 nights in Texas. I want to say somewhere in Texas I'm going to be doing. So just go to jimbreuer.com and you'll figure all that out. All right, Mike.
What's up, man?
So last week,
Yep.
We got funky, and I'm still going to do more of this stuff. I have another whole video. I didn't send it to you yet called I'm Not Religious, but, and it's because a lot of people say that. A lot of people say, I'm not religious, but, yeah. And I love when people say that because I'm not religious. I don't believe in religion. Not that I don't believe in it. I just, anything that brings you to a higher place, so be it. If it brings you closer to the light, closer to God, I'm all for it. But I think a lot of people have a deeper meaning or deeper feeling inside them. They just don't know what it is. But when we share stories with one another, I'm like, wow, I had a very similar thing like that. I've shared them here, and here I think I called them Funny How God Works, little episodes, but there's many, many more on the way. And that's a tour that I'm definitely conjuring up to put out there very soon. I got some good meetings coming up this month talking about that. But last week, I made one of those off-the-cuff videos, and I gave it to you, and we broke it down, and a couple interesting things happened from it, which we're going to share. If you didn't see the video, here's the edited version. Things I would never say in public. These are such hard times to parent. You know why there's such hard times to parent? Because the serpents. They're serpents. You can hear people say, oh, it's social media, and it's TikTok, it's Instagram, it's Snapchat. Yes, but here's the thing. Those are just items. They're just items. They don't do anything unless someone creates a program, thinks about how to execute the program, thinks about how to market the program, thinks about its target audience. Bing! There's a lot of thought that goes into those devices and those apps. Hence, serpents. People without souls, people whose God is money and power. Money. I've met human beings that say, listen, I love money. I've heard people say that. Money will make you do. Not make you do. You will choose to sell your soul for money. So stop saying it's the machines, it's social media. No. It's the serpents of humanity. The liars, the cheaters, the low frequency, the thoughtless, the evil, the disturbing serpents. They're not coming for your kids. They have your kids. I hope this wasn't recording. Nice job. So, by the way, if you don't believe that exists, if you think that's really far out, like selling your soul for some, I know 3 specific names. I'm not saying anything that they're not talented. I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm not saying anything about them because I don't know them. But I know 3 specific names that have, whether jokingly or not, have put out there the exact words that I have sold my soul. Katy Perry, Jack Black, and Bob Dylan are all on video mentioning, and I'll show you the videos if you'd like. I don't have them here today, but I have them locked and loaded. Jack Black, and he's like, well, I sold my soul to the devil, which is why that's how we got here. That's his exact quotes. That's what he says. Katy Perry, I sold my soul to the devil. Bob Dylan, in a very serious manner, says, I sold my soul to the devil, to a thing. So if you don't think that exists, well, and I don't know how to explain it to you. I don't know. So again, nothing against those three. They're all very talented and all that jazz. So with that, Mike, you said in the middle of that video, like, dude, Serpents of Humanity sounds like a kick-ass title of a song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we put it out there. Hey, 1 month contest. Put it out there. Now we have to think about, like, what is the contest? We play the song. We play our favorite thing a month from now. Do they get to be on the podcast? We get to talk with them, whatever. Well, maybe all of that. So I got some cool. I started getting some lyrics on social media, and here's a couple of them. Have you seen these, Mike?
Yeah, I've seen a few of them. Yep.
There's one. I like this one. I just call him Billy because that's what he is, Billy. I don't know if he wants his privacy hidden, so I don't like putting too much of them out there. But it's kind of funny because he spells the word hey. All right, hey. So that could be like a Metallica hey. 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 So I don't know if it's a hey or a hey. And he puts in parentheses finger snapping. So he's finger snapping. Hey. And he writes, you serpents of humanity who are causing a calamity. All right, Billy knows how to rap. Making life difficult while you catapult the fire. There you go. Okay. Finger snapping. You serpents of humanity who are causing a calamity, making life difficult while you catapult the fire. Hey, people's lives are left in ruins. You've no clue what you're really doing. You old silly serpent of humanity. Yeah. Yeah. When you look at me with that smile and your tears are made for crocodiles, you persuade me to swim with you and sit on the silver of the moon. Where's the rhyme there? The silly serpent of humanity, yeah. When you look at me with that smile and your tears are made of crocodiles. I like that. Your tears are made of crocodiles. You persuade me to swim with you and sit on the silver of the moon. Oh no, well, that's well. Well, this guy cracks, because I know he's alone and he knows the song's crushing at his head. I wish I could hear what was in his head. Billy, if you're out there and you're listening, reach to me again. And are you willing to make this an audio and put the audio in the same place and do it the way you hear it and see it? Well, you've stolen everything we trust and you blame it all on us, you silly serpent of humanity. Cha! He says cha. I love this guy. All right. Here's another. This one's Haley, right? Haley sent one too. This is this one, Mike. The yeah. Yeah. Here's the next song. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. This is Serpents. I could see like Metallica going, you ready? There's something new, dudes, called Serpents of Humanity. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Serpents of Humanity. Now this one is by Haley. Okay. And it's Haley hits me up on Instagram. Always DMs me on Instagram, actually with a couple people. And she actually gave credit to her buddy on this one. And I apologize, Haley, and I apologize to the real. So anyway, Serpents of Humanity. Serpents of Humanity, poisoning innocent minds, programming, grooming for their own gain, leading the masses blind. Their venom divides and conquers mankind, taking full control. They sink their fear and hate into our very souls. They say they only want to help, solutions to all of life's illegal. That's the only part I'm not sure. All of life's illegal. But the serpents of humanity aim to lie, steal, and kill. And kill. So they were trying to do illegal, kill. It needed something to rhyme with kill. The only way we can survive is with love and compassion. Together we can stand strong against the evil sons of the elites. The serpents will never take us over. Serpents of humanity, your masks have fallen. It's all too clear. You serpents of humanity, your time, your end is near. As we fight this war between good and pure evil, and that's really what it is. As we fight this war between good and pure evil, will we show up ready for truth to be revealed? My dear friends, we cannot achieve this alone. To the serpents of humanity, doom has come. I like that one. Dude, that's a lot of thought, man.
Hell yeah.
There's no way I could have came up with that. There's no way.
I can hear that, man. I could totally hear that.
That one I can hear. I just don't know. Is that an acoustic guitar? If you guys want to take these lyrics too, and play it, knock it out. Send it to us. Go to JimBrewer.com. Right? Is that where you can get stuff? I mean, we do voicemails on there, right, Mike?
Yep.
Send it there. Go to my Instagram page and DM me, and I'll listen to them. Now this one is wow. There's a lot here on this one. I don't know if we said this is. So, I forgot about that one. I didn't print that one. Wait a minute. Did I print that one? Mike, can you read that one for me? What is Sarah write here?
Sarah writes, you say they're coming for your kids, but they already did. It's a sin. It's a sin if you knew what they did. The serpents of humanity, the serpents of humanity. They pretend they're a sheep and infiltrate your street, knowing all the while with their Satan's smile that they've got our child for miles and miles, keeping them with a death grip by the eyeballs on a whacked out trip. It was all a part of the plan to turn humanity into their clan.
Wow. Like that one, Sarah.
I dig it.
Yeah, I dig it too. This one's really long, so I'm not sure. But it's really. You know what? Let me see. Did I show you this one, Mike?
No, I only have the 3 you sent me.
All right. So again, if any, let's just put this out. I'm going to send it to my musician friends. When I say musician friends, I know they dabble, and we should see if Shaka, because Shaka's an incredible singer. I don't know if you know it, but Shaka's an incredible singer. I'm going to send a couple of these to Shaka. Maybe he can come up with mix and. But if anyone wants to do something, please feel free, man. It's just fun to do. Let me put your stuff out there. But I'll just go as far as I can with this one. This is from Logan. The system is evil. It's watching and it's real. Soon every eye will see the apocalyptic reveal. The machine is all around you. It robs you like a thief, rents to own your emotions, ideas, and beliefs. It blinds you and binds you, holds you from within, tells you what is true, and supplements your sins. The gears are always turning even when you sleep. They fuel the global empire with half your lives they keep. Babylon is rising. Its exposure is coming to a head. Can you hear the spirit to go and raise the dead? Dude, Logan this is, yeah, man. This is, all right, Logan. This is, okay. The priest are served, betrayed you. The wine you drank brought sores. So drank you never realize you were sleeping with a whore. Oh, wait, so drunk. My apologize. So drunk you never realized you were sleeping with a whore. Each soul will face a judgment. Each heart will have its test. To those that seek the spirit will be slaughtered by the rest. For men will seek a glory they can see within their eyes, but the spirit seeks a glory that's hidden deep inside. They lead you on with carrots, with table scraps of lies, sacrifice your children and tell you why they died. And there you stand in honor to the flag salute. And every day we fund them for what they put us through. I know a change is coming. I hope it's not too late. They have the herd distracted and are coming to lock the gate. My words could be a warning to rise and wake the spirit, to call out to creation, to all the ones that hear it. Or maybe just illusions, expressive points of view, artistic contemplation of what we're going through. I know you see no meaning, can't even see the rhymes, but what I find so strange is how you run and hide. What's in your spirit that always slams the door? Are my words so offensive that we're not friends no more? Or is the truth so simple? The truth of what you see won't fit your mind and patterns of how you all believe. You can take the apple and you can eat the core. When it comes to knowledge, you need to know the source. You can find the answers. You can seek the truth. For buried is a treasure deep among your youth. It's time to break the bottle, time to break away, time to stop and listen and let the spirit have its way. No more education. I like that part. No more education from the minds of foolish men that live the strong delusion and are rewarded for their sins. I like that. Each one will see the battle. Each one will have a choice to run back into comfort or hear that inner voice. Bro, that's heavy.
Yeah, it's deep. That's yeah, it hits every mark.
I should post that, man. That is freaking amazing. It's deep. It's well written. I don't know if Logan, you want the full credit, but Logan Birch, at the end of the day, you just crushed that. Absolutely crushed that. That's amazing. So there you go. And you know what? Again, it's all just fun. It's all just, look at this. I go make a video. I put something out there. It's just conversation. It leads to so much. It leads to, we're not fighting, we're not arguing, we're not saying it's real, it's not similar. But you never know when you put yourself out there what it leads to, what it turns into. So here, we got people writing songs, we got people writing poems, we got people sharing what they feel. And trust me when I'm telling you, the circus is real. I just freaking rhymed. That was a lyric. That was a lyric, Mike. Someone put a beat behind what I just said because I didn't even know that was happening. That's from the spirit world.
Good work, man. That was good.
That was work. So there you go. Keep it coming, please. Serpents of Humanity, whatever you want to call it, keep it coming. And just know the light outshines the dark. So, yes, to me, it's always good. You can't fight the devil unless you know the devil. You can't fight your enemy unless you know the enemy. So how do you know the enemy? You just got to keep your eyes open. You got to understand you're in the middle of a circus. That's all. That's all. Now, speaking of a circus, this was, I just started going through some videos, right? And by the way, I do want to play a whole podcast where I just play my funniest funny videos, which I started locking and loading, and we're gonna do that. Either we got a bunker coming too. We're stockpiling for a bunker. There's a lot of bunker to be talked about. Did you know? You know, people don't know because this is Patreon's watching this right now. It's Thursday, and Friday we're already past this, but they grounded all flights this morning. Did you know that, Mike?
Yeah, I saw that. Shaka sent it out. It's pretty crazy. System failure.
It's got to be climate change. It's got to be. We got a climate change emergency. I can't take anyone seriously when they talk about that. I really can't. Yeah, this is climate change. What happened to global warming? Oh, shut up. It's real. You don't understand. Oh my God.
Apparently, the new thing now is climate change is affecting people's hearts, and they're having heart failure.
That's why people are passing out on the field and on television, right?
Yep.
Did you see the Canadian young girl?
Yeah, the news anchor. Yeah, she's out. Yeah.
She's out. You know how many news anchors? All of a sudden, it's normal for news anchors just to stroke out on television. Oh my God, it's the new norm. It has nothing to do with anything, right? Has nothing to do with anything. And the more you see of this, the bigger the circus becomes. You know, now I went to the gym the other day, and I'm at the gym, and I like how this represents the gym, by the way. Do you see that, Mike? See what I did? I did one of these. And that yeah. So if we were silent and we were playing charades and you saw this, you would go, at the gym. Ding! Excellent. Anyway. So I glance up and I see some vigilante, and I go, oh, here we go. Here comes the big gun debate. Here comes the big dumb gun debate. And it was did you see this video? So a guy comes in, right? Points a gun in people's faces, robbing everyone in this little, I don't know, looked like a little, it could have been a fast food joint. I don't know. He comes in, he's taking money, but he's pointing gun at everyone, right? Now, little does he know, when he's just about done and he walks by this one particular table that he already stuck the gun in the person's face, that person pulls out the gun and takes him out from behind. Now, here's where morons love to debate. And I call you morons. And they're great distractions. They're great gun control distractions. This is just my opinion, and I may piss some people off. Every action causes a reaction. And mark my word, they're not going to talk about the action. They're not going to condemn the action, which promotes more of that horrific action. You can get all the jackass lawyers you want. Well, technically he shot him in the back, so, and technically it's not self-defense. What a moron thing to say. Unless you're a human being, have you ever had a gun pulled out and shoved in your face? Do you know the horror, the trauma, the psychological damage of a split second when someone takes a gun and shoves it in your face? You don't, unless it's happened to you. Who are you to decide what your reaction should be at that moment in time? Who are you to decide what is lawfully right? So that person who's already out on multiple crimes, sticking guns in people's faces, you're supposed to sit there and think, well, is the gun loaded? Is he here? Is he gonna shoot me? Is he gonna is he gonna promote violence? Is he a good did he have a tough past? What kind of environment do he grow in? No, all you know is you're sitting there minding your business, someone puts a gun in your face. Your heart is going, your life is flashing in front of your eyes. And the genius of this circus society now makes this a debate. You cannot debate this unless you lived it. Well, he shouldn't have shot him from behind. He should have said, excuse me, sir, before you leave, may I talk to you? I really don't. Oh, now that you're facing me, now let me pop some in you. If you create a dark situation by sticking a gun in people's faces, and someone takes you out before you leave, so be it. It's not a debate. You're going to excuse that person from coming in and sticking a gun in your face? Do you know what kind of heart? I saw someone get shot. I'm still traumatized to this day by witnessing that. The way the blood was trickling out. The way they were scrambling for their life. The way the crowd gathered. The smell of the gun smoke. But the circus, it's a great distraction. That's all it is. It's a distraction. For all we know, we don't even know. We don't even know if it was real at the end of the day. I mean, I know it's crazy, but you don't know. Because you don't see the whole thing. You just see, you see it on a security camera. But, you know, I get this moron, well, you know, this is a serious crime. They're not even talking about the man sticking a gun in someone's face. And then they go, well, it wasn't real bullets. Who gives an ass? Who gives an ass if it was real bullets? I knew watching it, and I've trained. I knew right away. I'm like, oh, they're going to make this a big deal because he got him from behind. Yeah, you got him from behind because you can't. You can't get him when they stick it in your face. You're going to live the rest of your life going, I coulda, shoulda, when could I, blah, 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 and you're still traumatized from that the rest of your life? That human being, no matter what their journey was, we don't know if they were abused, we don't know what they saw growing up. That's all besides the point. Unfortunately, there are unfortunate situations in humanity that we all have to understand. People are sexually abused. People are physically abused. People are mentally abused. People born in poor situations. There's a billion bad situations in the world. You either try to do the good or you try to do the bad. This person came in for whatever reason and wanted the money, maybe needed the money. Who knows what the scenario is? But unfortunately, they chose to stick a gun in people's faces. Point right at their heads. And there's morons that are going to debate this. Well, they should have just let him go. You're not in the situation, so you don't know that fear. You don't know that trembling of horror, that trembling of almost pretty much wanting to cry when it's over. I faked one time, a friend of mine. He did this thing like, well, I'll take my phone, right? I'll just take my phone. And he comes out of the hotel. And when he comes out, because our rooms were next to each other, when he comes out, and I just fake doing that. And he goes, dude, whoa, dude, not cool. Yeah, dude, it's Joseph. And he was.
I'm sorry. The minute you said dude, I'm like, that's Joe.
It's Joseph. And I saw the tremble in him. The other day, about 2 weeks ago, I was with my daughter, and someone will say, "This is she hit my nipple so hard, the pain went all the way into my anus." It was so. Remember when you were a kid and someone give you a purple nurple? Boys love just. It was so painful, so traumatized. You can't touch my nipples today because when I went to school and people give you a purple nipple, it was the most painful, disturbing. It was a horrible feeling. And so my natural action is if you scare me, I did this as a bit. Like there's times where you scare me. My first reaction is turn around and pop you. I got a violent reaction. You scare me like, oh, I bet you a gun in your face. And these morons are going, well, this guy should go to jail. Should he? I don't think so. That's just a personal opinion. And nobody is going to talk about that person who now doesn't exist. The person's gone. It'll never happen again. The person's done. It's done. It's unfortunate, but they're done. They chose to go in a dangerous situation, and they didn't leave the dangerous situation. Whether you were shot from behind, on the side, in the front, whatever. Be careful of these distractions, because the more you figure things out, the more these little things. Hey, it's the guns. No, it's not. It's the person that picks up the gun. Just like when I talked about, social media. Yeah, social media could be good. It could be bad. But it's person that's programming and putting that sexual content out to children, putting a certain content out to, these people into liberalism, and so I'm going to send and feed their emotions more. These people are really conservative and they hate the liberals, so I'm going to feed that. There's the whole thought process going on behind that. We're going to take guns away, so we're going to feed this little fight again. Again. All news, when they start putting out love on television and on the news, and people, how they help one another and how they take care of one another, and when people are looking out for one another, think about, I want you to watch the news. I want you to watch any news. Turn off all the volume and just watch it. You tell me what you see. All they do is promote anger and hatred towards another group, and they promote how to divide you and how you want to argue with one another, and how you want to debate one another. They teach you it all. It's a demonic, evil system that is not healthy for your soul whatsoever. And I wish they would take it out of everywhere. I wish they would take it out of gyms. I wish they would take it everywhere. I'm sitting there, and there you go. I'm sitting there in the gym just trying to escape for an hour, and I'm in there all alone, and boom, right in front of me is the big screens, which I normally try not to even look at. And I just, of course, you glance up, and all of a sudden you see, pow, pow, you're like, oh my God, what happened here? And then no sound, I'm watching, you see some moron come on, it's like, I'm a lawyer, and I don't give an ass wipe what you are. You just go, this was an unfortunate situation. Boom, next. Let's pray to God we're never in those situations. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get some heat for that one, but I don't care. We need to talk about this stuff. It's not black or white. It's not a debate. Why are we going to debate this? Why are we going to debate it? There is no debate. It's a moment in time between those human beings that turned very unfortunate. It shouldn't affect the entire society. And that's the way this clown system works. That's the way the whole system, that's the way the circus works. Now, on a bunker note, Michael.
Oh, glasses on.
Glasses on for a bunker moment. I didn't write down my outline. First of all, I want to play this really cool one of our buddies, Dream Rare, and then we'll get to the other one. Dream Rare. Follow him on Instagram. He put out a really cool video. You know what? I don't need my glasses yet. It's not a bunker. So play Dream Rare's video. This is really cool. Or at least I love what this guy puts out.
So this week, AP put out, children struggling with obesity should be evaluated and treated early and aggressively, including with medications for kids as young as 12 and surgery for those as young as 13, according to the new guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics. According to the article, the long-standing practice of watchful waiting or delaying treatment to see whether children or teens outgrow or overcome obesity on their own only worsens the problem that affects more than 14.4 million young people in the US. Right, so you guys could lock down children's sports and cut off their access to exercise, but recommend surgery for 13-year-olds over an exercise and diet plan that'll get them in shape. What is wrong with you psychopaths? Seriously, they're recommending surgeries for 13-year-olds? During the government lockdowns, when they shut down sports, schools, kids' exercise, childhood obesity obviously rose, and then a few years afterwards, they're like, medication and surgery for these kids. I don't think a lot of people understand how evil Big Pharma has become and how intertwined they've become with both sides of politics, media, and our health industry. Now, I'm calling for the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, but mostly the Republican Party because unfortunately, for some reason, it seems like a lot of Democrats got brainwashed into slobbering over Big Pharma and falling for every propaganda narrative. But one of these parties has to make it close to a #1 issue to rein in Big Pharma, because America will not be great or healthy until they do so. I mean, this is just disgusting.
If you, how much clearer does it have to see? How much do you have to put your head in the sand to not understand what was just put out there by a trusted community? You know, it's like saying the WHO, the WHO, and nobody trusts Amy's anymore. And this is why. They didn't mention, you know what, we got to start eating better. We got to start eating more fruits and vegetables. We got to build our immune system. We have to really start eating healthy. Hey, you know what? Your kid's fat. Let's have surgery and give him drugs. Are you a moron? If you think that way, is there something wrong? Are you okay? Are you okay? Or you believe drugs is the answer to everything and surgery isn't? Hey, your kids are fat, so they're getting fat. Why are they getting fat? What are they eating? What are they drinking? Thank you, Dream Rare, for putting that out there, because that was absolutely brilliant. I highly suggest you go there, check it out. He puts out some really interesting stuff. And it's not political. It's just there for you to see. What is? I love how people, you know, they'll say you became political. What is political? What is political? Talking about kids, talking about science, talking about. It's not political. It's conversation. Brainwashed. Okay, another silly thing. And you know, I was going to say this is part bunker. It's not even bunker. It's just, it's comical. You really think you're watching a president? And I don't care if you like him or don't like him. Look at the earlobes on these two different videos. And if you didn't see videos this week of him with different voices, then you're emotionally attached to something. And I don't know how to help you. But here, maybe this will happen. And I would like you to explain this. Explain this to me. Watch this.
It's never What is your response?
I don't hear. Can you speak louder?
Every world leader I met with, and
Look at your. Look at that. One.
more.
How do you explain earlobe attached? Like that. And then unattached. And how do you explain two different voices? I'll just leave that there. You figure that out. And you tell me you're not watching some bizarre movie going on right now. I'll leave that up to you. Now, the other thing, before we get rocking and rolling, there are, I'm going to show you LeBron James he doesn't even try to hide his signs. I've shown people all the signs when people cover their eye and all the pictures, the black eyes, the Illuminati sign. They can't hide it anymore. It's everywhere, and everyone's catching on to it. I've seen so many videos and pictures of people revealing this, and it baffles my mind how far and wide and how many countries and how many people around the world are now catching on to their favorite celebrities, their favorite athletes, their favorite politicians giving signs. In our government, we've seen this sign multiple times. They sit there and look at each other, they do this, and it's like high school gang. They're like high school gangs with their signs. You know, what is it? What are you teenagers? What is that? What is that? Watch these signs and tell me this isn't blatant. This guy's the best. Oh yeah, boom. What is that? You want to explain that? What is this? Where's LeBron James? Can he explain that? Can Jay-Z explain what this is? When Jim Carrey came out on Jimmy Kimmel and he explained to you, he said, Jim Carrey said that's Illuminati on Jimmy Kimmel. So what is that then? What is that? LeBron James, big sports figure, comes out, does this right in front of your face, in front of your kids. What is that? What is this? I've seen this too. Multiple times. What is that? Are they part of a club? You don't just create that on your own. You were taught that, or you had to go through something in your little fort, in your little club, to now be able to do that. You got to be part of something. So what is it? Or you're not allowed to say. Just saying. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm just curious. I'm completely curious. And there's millions of people that are very curious now. One more. This one's in government. It's your government. What is this? What's this little sign? You know this one, Mike? This is at the end. The last one I sent you. Yeah.
Not this one? Yeah.
Yeah. Watch this sign. This is the second time I've seen this. Right
Kevin
there.
McCarthy wanted the cameras off so you can't see their hand signals.
What are they playing baseball? They're playing baseball? Does that mean, hey, man, fastball. Hey, man, curveball. Curveball. Oh, let's get up and applaud because he gave the handball sign. Are you catching on? Or are you curious? Or do you think it's nothing? I don't know. I'm just asking you. I don't know. There's many theories. Hey, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. But you can't be blind to at least not see it. Just saying. So every time you think you're onto something or you're like, oh, yeah, they're doing something really good for us. Are they? Or are they still in the club? Yeah. Hey, I got something to say. Let's listen to this guy. Let's listen to the dribbler. Boom, 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 boom. He's brilliant. The dribbler's genius. The comedian that had a hit show for 40 years. Let's listen to what he has to say. Because his show is successful. Was he a good human being? Did he date minors? Is that a cool moral thing to do? Let's listen to this person. They're a box office star, even though they're on their 5th marriage and they have 8 kids with each one different mothers. Is that a cool thing? I don't know. I'm asking. Be careful of the false idols, because they will lead you in a direction that's only good for their club. Where are they your creator? Do they come from the same spiritual guidance that's within us all? That's for you to understand. And sometimes it's a bummer when we find out what's in front of us is not real, it's just an illusion. Anyway, all right. Keep the Serpents of Humanity coming. That's beautiful. We got some awesome, funny how God works, God wink stuff coming up. There you go. Turn it all off this week. Keep away from politics and religion. Find yourself, help one another out, and enjoy. Boy, that circus is going to get bigger and wider and more and more and more awestruck. Like more and more, you can be like, be careful. You can only control what's in front of you. And even that, we have no control. You have no control. Life is beautiful. It's beautiful when you start finding the beauty within one another, the deeper connection within us all. Our deeper connection is not politics. Our deeper connection, even sports, even that. Like I'm done with it all. I'm done with the Roman Empire. I'm done with it. Do I dabble in like it doesn't fulfill me anymore. And again, that's nothing to do with you or anyone else. It's just the more I see the goofiness of it all, the more I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'll give you one last one. Remember one last one. So everyone's talking about the football player, right? Football player collapsed. It was weird. Like you watched him, he hit, and then he turned around. He's cool, and then he collapsed. Again, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying this is out there, and people are. It's very interesting. Do you have that video, Mike? This is just listen. I don't know anything about this guy who posted the video. I don't know anything about the situation except for what you visually see. But I will say this: when I saw this so-called ambulance, the first thing I thought was something weird about it. It's something that it just looks weird. That's all I'm saying. Again, I don't even know if this video is real. I'm just saying we're at a time and space where everything is questioned. Play this video.
Yo, I know everybody's been talking about the football game and the player that collapsed, but some of us saw a few things that didn't add up. This is the company with the contract for ambulances at that field. As you can see, it's UC Health, and that's what they do. But when you look at them side by side, something ain't adding up here with these two.
Yeah, where's the lights on the top?
And one of the main things in an age of marketing and branding, why are there no words on this ambulance? And where are the real lights? Looks like a U-Haul fan that's been converted into something. And when you run the plates on the van, why does this Chevrolet Express pop up? You know, starting to remind me of a couple other ambulances and things that didn't add up. And just to support that claim, as this EMS responder chimes in and says that Kettering Health took that over, but that's not the ambulance that pulled onto the field. Interesting. And who is this guy that's driving this thing? I mean, I don't know. Just looks a little suspicious. So yeah, what's really going on here?
It's just a video. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's not real. It's just a video. But this is where we're at in society, where we're starting. The more people question everything, the bigger the distractions are going to become. Because anyone that's into the entertainment world, the sports world, everything that gains your attention and keeps you locked in all Sunday, all college sports, gets your money, able to sell that alcohol, able to sell all of it. Their food products, their booze, your attention. They get you sitting in front of a couch for hours and hours and hours. And during those hours of watching your favorite team and the team that you're dedicated to, they control what they're going to sell to you and what their big news things. And they got you for hours, at least 4 or 5 hours a clip. For how long have they done this? It's freaking brilliant. Again, some people are like, oh, just let you do the goat and shut up. Nah, that's for you. All right, man. We'll see you next time in the Breuniverse. Mike, thanks for hanging out today. Keep those creative thoughts, the Serpents of Humanity, all that stuff coming out. Remember the new dates coming out. For comedy shows, especially at the end of February when I'm in Tampa, I'm in Naples, and some other dates, the Paramount, Raleigh, North Carolina, Texas. Yeah, all that good stuff. All the best to you. Be safe. We've got cool things coming up. I think next week or in the next 2 weeks, we're going back to the Jefferson Avenue Kids where I grew up. And we're going to get the whole street back together and start talking about some good old times and showing clips and videos or however we're going to do it. And there's a lot of other cool stuff in the works. And I just thank you for always just listening and being cool and just allowing me to hang out and be myself. I wish you all the best. And thanks for hanging out in the Breuniverse. Be kind to one another.
Take a look around.
This is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Weekly, you host your own podcast, and you interview me. Early access to the Breuniverse podcast every single week, and I have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.